Now we will analyze the concept of journal entries by solving a problem. The link for the same question is provided in the video. So you can go through the link and find out the question, and by using this particular question, now we will pass the journal entries related to a particular business based on the different transactions which have been taken place in the particular business for the month. In the problem, they have given the information related to the business organization. The different informations or the different transactions that have taken place in the business for the particular month have been furnished. By using all these informations, we have to calculate, by using all these informations, we have to pass the necessary journal entries in the books of that particular company. Suraj Mart furnishes the following information. Transactions during the month of April 2014 are as follows. The transactions for the month of April 2014 have been furnished. By analyzing these transactions, we are supposed to pass the journal entries. Now we will analyze these transactions in detail, and accordingly, by following the rules, we will pass the journal entries. Now this is the format of journal entries. We will record the transactions or pass the journal entries related to the business, that is Suraj Mart, for the month of April 2014. The first transaction given in the problem is on 1/4/2014, business started with cash rupees 1,50,000. Business started with cash rupees 1,50,000. The date is 1/4/2014. When the business has been started, first you find out the two accounts involved in the transaction. The accounts involved in the transaction are cash and capital. Next, to find out which class of accounts. Cash is an asset, capital is capital. The next step, you have to find out whether the value has increased or decreased. The cash value has been increased. The rule says increase in an asset has to be debited. Capital value also increases, and the rule says increase in the value of capital has to be credited. So now pass the journal entry. The account that has to be debited is cash account debited to capital account. Amount is 1,50,000. Next, you have to write the narration. Started business with cash. Started business with cash, and you have to draw a line which indicates the transaction has ended. The second transaction, 1/4/2014, goods purchased from Manisha rupees 36,000. Goods purchased from Manisha rupees 36,000. Now in this particular transaction, you have to find out which are the two accounts involved. The business has purchased goods from the supplier called as Manisha, and the value of such purchase is 36,000. So the two accounts involved are purchases and Manisha. So the goods have been purchased by the business from Manisha worth rupees 36,000. Now purchase is an expense and In the transaction, they are not mentioned whether the cash has been paid or not. Since no information is provided in the transaction and they have clearly mentioned the name of the supplier, it indicates the transaction is a credit transaction. That means amount has not been paid. So, the name of the supplier is given and no information relating to cash is given. So, we assume that this particular transaction is a credit transaction. So, Manisha is the supplier of goods on credit basis, she becomes the creditor. Creditor means it is an liability. So, whenever you make purchase of goods, the purchases value increases or your expenses value increases. When your expenses value increases, the rule says increase in an expense has to be debited. Increase in an expense has to be debited. Manisha is a creditor who has supplied the goods on credit basis. So, liability value increases, we have the responsibility to pay to Manisha in the near future. So, our liability value increases, the rule says increase in an liability has to be credited. So, based on this you have to pass the entry, the date is 1/4/2014, account that has to be debited is purchase account, purchases account debited, and the account that has to be credited is to Manisha's account. To Manisha's account, the amount of purchase is 36,000. After that, you are supposed to write the narration. Purchased goods from Manisha on credit. That means you have the responsibility to pay to Manisha. Then you have to draw a line which indicates the transaction has been ended. The third transaction is again on 1/4/2014, stationery purchased for cash rupees 2,200. Stationery purchased for cash rupees 2,200. The two accounts which are involved in the particular transaction are the stationery account and cash account. Stationery is an expense for any business and cash is an asset. Whenever you buy any stationeries, the expense value increases and the rule says increase in the expenses has to be debited. You are making the payment in the form of cash, so that your cash balance will come down or it will reduce. Cash is an asset, asset value decreases, decrease in the asset has to be credited. Now, pass the entry, date is same 1/4/2014, account that has to be debited is stationery account debited to cash account and the value is 2,200. Write the narration. Stationery purchased for cash. Stationery purchased for cash. draw the line. Next transaction is on 2/4/2014, opened a bank account with the SBI for rupees 35,000. Opened a bank account with SBI for rupees 35,000. Now, the two accounts involved in the transaction are bank account and cash account. Bank is an asset, cash is also an asset. Whenever you open a bank account, the bank balance will increase. That means the asset value increases. The rule says increase in an asset has to be debited. Next account is the cash account. You are depositing the cash into your bank account. Cash will go from your business into your bank account. To that extent, cash balance will reduce or it will decrease. So, the asset value decreases, and the rule says decrease in an asset has to be credited. Now, based on these rules, pass the journal entry 2/4/2014. The entry is bank account debited to cash account, bank account debited to cash account. The amount is 35,000. Write the narration. Opened a bank account. Opened a bank account. Draw a line. Bank account debited to cash account 35,000. Now, we will consider this as one page of journal book. This is considered as one page of journal book. Now, there is no space to write the further entries. That means, this page has ended. So, whenever you are ending a particular page in the journal book, you have to write as total carried forward, C bar F, which indicates carried forward to the next page in the journal book. Now, you have to total this balance and carry forward the same to the next page. 15,000 plus 36,000 is 51,000 plus 2,200, 53,200 plus 35,000, 88,200. $88,200. And now, this 88,200 will be carried to the next page in the journal book. Now, the total of the previous page is carried to the next page in the journal book. So, we will write in the beginning of the next page as total brought forward. Total brought forward from the last page of the journal book, and the total is 88,200. Next entry or the transaction is on 2/4/2014, goods sold to Priya for rupees 16,000. Goods sold to Priya for rupees 16,000, and the date is on 2nd of April 2/4/2014. Now, as per this transaction, The two accounts involved are Priya's account and sales account. Goods sold to Priya for rupees 16,000. No information is given whether it has been sold on cash basis or credit basis. Since the information about cash is not mentioned and the name of the person to whom it has been sold is clearly mentioned, we consider this transaction as credit transaction. That means it indicates the goods have been sold to Priya on credit basis. Now, Priya becomes a debtor for the business. We have the right to receive money in the near future from Priya. Therefore, Priya becomes a debtor. Debtor is nothing but an asset for the business. Sales means it is an income or it is an revenue for the business. Now, the two accounts involved are Priya's account and sales account. Priya's account, Priya is an debtor. We have the right to receive money from Priya. Therefore, it is considered as an asset. Debtor is an asset and sales is an income or it is an revenue. Since we have the right to receive from Priya and the asset value in the form of debtors increases, Priya's account has to be debited. Again, sales is an income value increases, increase in the income has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be Priya's account debited to sales account. Priya's account debited to sales account. The amount of sales is 16,000. Next, write the narration regarding the transaction. Sold goods to Priya. Draw the line. Next transaction is on 3/4/2014 received a check of rupees 16,000 from Priya. In the previous transaction, we have sold goods to Priya worth rupees 16,000 on credit basis. That means we have not received the amount. We will receive it in the near future. Now, in this particular transaction, they have clearly mentioned received a check of rupees 16,000 from Priya on 3/4/2014. So, write down the date 3/4/2014. First, identify which are the two accounts involved. The accounts involved are bank account and Priya's account. We have received a check from Priya. That means to that extent the bank balance will increase. Bank is an asset, asset value increases. The rule says increase in an asset has to be debited. Priya is our debtor. Debtor means an asset for the business. Now, we are the right to receive. She has repaid the amount. That means anymore we do not have any right to receive from Priya. To that extent, the debtor value decreases or it comes down. When the debtor value decreases, debtors is an asset, decrease in the asset has to be credited. So, the journal entry that has to be passed is bank account debited, to Priya's account. Bank account debited to Priya's account. The amount received is 16,000. Write the narration. Received check from Priya. Received check from Priya. Next transaction, on 5/4/2014, sold goods to Nidhi rupees 14,000. 5/4/2014, sold goods to Nidhi rupees 15. On 5/4/2014, sold goods to Nidhi rupees 14,000. First identify which are the two accounts involved in the transaction. One is sales and one more is Nidhi's account. We have sold the goods to Nidhi. Sales is an income. Now, again in the transaction, no information is mentioned about cash. That means it is a credit transaction. We have sold goods to Nidhi on credit basis. That means we have the right to receive the amount in the near future from Nidhi. So, Nidhi becomes an debtor, nothing but an asset. Debtor is an asset for the business. We have the right to receive the amount from Nidhi in the near future. Since she is an asset, the asset value increases. The rule says increase in the asset has to be debited. Sales is an income, our income value also increases. Increase in the income has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be Nidhi's account debited to sales account. Nidhi account debited to sales account. The value of sales is 14,000. Narration: sold goods to Nidhi, sold goods to Nidhi, that means it is on credit basis. Next, on 8/4/2014, Nidhi pays rupees 14,000 in cash. 8/4/2014, Nidhi pays rupees 14,000 in cash. That means she has repaid the amount, or the value of the sales has been paid to the business organization. On 8/4/2014, the two accounts involved in the transaction are Nidhi's account and cash account, because Nidhi has paid cash. So, Nidhi is a debtor, debtor is an asset, cash is also an asset. When Nidhi is paying cash, business is receiving the cash. To that extent, cash balance increases. Increase in the cash has to be debited. Nidhi is an debtor, debtor is an asset. Now, she has repaid the amount. That means anymore we do not have any right to receive. The debtor value decreases, the asset value decreases, decrease in an asset has to be credited. So, the rule, as per the rules, the journal entry will be cash account debited to Nidhi's account. Cash account debited to Nidhi's account. Cash account debited to Nidhi's account. Amount received is 14,000. Narration: received cash from Nidhi. The next page of the ledger book has been ended. That means you have to again calculate the total, carry forward the total to the next page in the journal book. So, total carried forward to the next page 88,200 plus 16,000, 1,04,200, 1,20,200, 1,34,200, 1,48,200. This total carried forward has to be written in the next page as total brought forward. So, the total brought forward from the last page of the ledger book is 1,48,200. 1,48,200. Next transaction on 10/4/2014 purchased goods of rupees 20,000 on credit from Ritu. Purchased goods of rupees 20,000 on credit from Ritu. So, the two accounts involved in the transaction are purchases and Ritu. Purchase is an expense. We have purchased goods from Ritu on credit basis, clearly they have mentioned in the transaction. Credit means we have the responsibility to make payment in the near future. We have the obligation to make payment. Therefore, Ritu becomes a creditor. Creditor means a liability. Whenever you make purchase of goods or purchases or expenses, value increases. Increase in the expense has to be debited as per the rules. And Ritu is the creditor. Creditor is a liability. We have the responsibility to pay. Our responsibility increases. Increase in the liability has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be purchases account debited to Ritu's account, and the date of the transaction is 10/4/2014. So, 10/4/2014 entry is purchases account debited to Ritu's account. Purchase account debited to Ritu account. The purchase price of the goods is 20,000. So, 20,000 in the debit column, 20,000 in the credit column. Write down the narration. Purchased goods from Ritu on credit. Purchased goods from Ritu on credit 20,000. Next transaction 14/4/2014 insurance paid by check rupees 6,000. Insurance premium has been paid by the business amounting to rupees 6,000 and payment has been done by issuing a check. So, date is 14/4/2014. The two accounts involved are insurance premium and bank account, because check has been paid. Payment of insurance premium is an expense for the business. Bank account is an asset. Whenever you make payment of insurance premium, your expense value increases. Increase in the expense has to be debited. You are making payment by issuing a check, that means to that extent bank balance will decrease, and the rule says decrease in an asset has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be insurance account debited to bank account. Insurance account debited to bank account. The amount of insurance premium paid is 6,000. 6,000 rupees. Narration: paid insurance by check. Paid insurance by check, rupees 6,000. Next, 24/2014, goods costing rupees 1,500 given as charity. Goods costing rupees 1,500 given as charity. That means 1,500 worth of goods are given away by the business in the form of charity as a social concern. So, the two accounts involved are charity account and purchases. Charity account and purchases. Charity means you are giving away some goods out of social concern. It is considered as an expense. Purchase is also an expense. Whenever you are giving away goods from your business in the form of charity to any outsiders, your expenses will increase. So, increase in an expense has to be debited. Purchase is also an expense. To that extent, your goods value comes down. Out of the total purchases, you are given away some amount as charity. So, that to that extent your goods value decreases, and decrease in an expense has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be charity account debited to purchases account. 18/4/2014, charity account debited to purchases account 1,500. Narration: goods given as charity. Goods given as charity. Next transaction, 24/4/2014, purchased office furniture for rupees 11,200. Purchased office furniture for rupees 11,200. Now, the two accounts involved are furniture account and cash account. Furniture is an asset, cash is also an asset. Whenever you purchase the furniture, the asset value increases. Increase in an asset has to be debited. You are paying the value of the asset in the form of cash. Cash will go out of the business, cash balance will decrease. Decrease in the asset has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be furniture account debited to cash account on 24/4/2014. Furniture account debited to cash account 11,200. Write the narration. Purchased furniture for cash. Purchased furniture for cash. The page has ended. You have to total the balance and carry forward to the next page. So, 1,48,200 plus 20, 1,68,200 plus 6,000, 1,74,200 plus 1,500, 1,75,700 plus 11,200, 1,86,900, 1,86,900. So, that is the total which will be carried forward to the next page. The total brought forward from the last page is 3,23,900. Next transaction is cash withdrawn for household purpose rupees 5,000 on 29/4/2014. Cash withdrawn for household purpose rupees 5,000. That means the owner of the business has withdrawn cash from his business for his private or personal use. Whenever such cash or any other things have been withdrawn from the business for the personal use of the owners, we term it as drawings in business. So, now in this particular transaction, two accounts involved are cash and drawings. Drawings is a part of capital. That means, from the capital invested, you are taking back some amount or something for your personal use. Therefore, it is a part of capital and cash is an asset. So, whenever you are withdrawing something from your capital amount, the capital balance comes down or decreases. So, the decrease in the capital is debited. Cash balance also decreases in the business because you are withdrawing cash. To that extent, cash comes down. When the cash balance decreases, the asset value decreases, decrease in the asset has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be on 29/4/2014, drawings account debited to cash account, and the amount of drawings is 5,000. Narration: withdrawn cash for personal use. Withdrawn cash for personal use. The next transaction on 30/4/2014, interest received in the form of cash rupees 1,200. You have received interest in the form of cash 1,200. So, the two accounts involved are cash and interest. Now, cash is an asset, interest received is an income. Whenever you receive the interest in the form of cash, you are receiving cash, cash balance will increase. Increase in the cash or increase in an asset has to be debited. Interest received is on income. Whenever you are receiving the income, your income value increases. Increase in the income has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be on 30/4/2014, cash account debited to interest received account. The amount of interest received in the form of cash is 1200. Narration is received interest in cash. Received interest in cash. On 30/4/2014, cash sales rupees 2300. On 30/4/2014, cash sales rupees 2300. The two accounts involved are cash and sales account. Cash is an asset, sales is an income. Whenever you sell the goods, you receive the cash. If you are receiving cash, cash balance will increase. Increase in an asset has to be debited. Sales is an income, again your income value increases. Increase in the income has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be cash account debited to sales account. On 30/4/2014, cash account debited to sales account, amount is 2300. Narration: goods sold for cash. Goods sold for cash. On 30/4/2014, commission paid rupees 3000 by check. Commission paid rupees 3000 by check. Now, payment of commission is an expense and we have paid the expense by issuing a check. So, the two accounts involved are commission account, which is paid, and bank account, paid in the form of issuing a check. Commission payment is an expense, bank is an asset for the business. Whenever you make the payment of commission, your expenses will increase. Increase in the expense has to be debited. Bank account is an asset, you are issuing a check, to that extent bank balance will come down. Decrease in an asset has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be commission account debited to bank account. So, 30/4/2014, commission account debited to bank account. The amount of commission paid is 3000. Narration is paid commission by check. Paid commission by check. Now, again the page has been ended. We are supposed to calculate the total and carry forward the same total to the next page. So, the total of this particular page will be 3,34,400. 3,34,400. 3,34,400 rupees. This 3,34,400 has to be brought forward to the next page. So, the total carried forward is 3,34,400. So, the total brought forward from the last page, total brought forward from the last page is 3,34,400. So, 3,34,400 rupees. Now, we will continue with the remaining transactions. Telephone bill paid by check rupees 2000 on 30/4/2014. Telephone bill paid by check rupees 2000 on 30/4/2014. Now, the two accounts involved in the transaction are the telephone bill and the bank account. So, telephone bill and bank account. Telephone bill is an expense, bank is an asset. Whenever you make payment of any expenses, your expenses will increase in the expenses has to be debited. Bank is an asset, you are issuing a check, that means to that extent your bank balance will decrease in the asset has to be credited. So, as per this, the journal entry will be telephone bill account debited to bank account. So, 30/4/2014 telephone bill account debited to bank account. The amount paid is 2000. Amount paid is 2000. Narration will be paid telephone bill by check. Paid telephone bill by check rupees 2000. The next transaction on 30/4/2014, payment of salaries in cash rupees 12,000. Salary paid by the business to its employees in the form of cash rupees 12,000. Now, the two accounts involved are salary account and cash account. Salary is an expense, cash is an asset. Whenever you make payment of salary, your expenses will increase in the expense has to be debited. Cash is an asset. Whenever you make payment, cash will go out of the business, cash balance will decrease or it will reduce. Decrease in an asset has to be credited. So, the journal entry will be salary account debited to cash account. Date is 30/4/2014. Salaries account debited to cash account and the amount of salary paid is 12,000. Narration: paid salary by cash. Paid salary by cash. So, now all the transactions related to Suraj Mart company have been recorded in the systematic way as per the dates, and after recording all the transactions, you are supposed to calculate the total. So, the total of your debit column should be always equal to the total of credit. It is based on the accounting standard, that is assets is equal to total of liabilities and capital. Therefore, the total of your debit should be always equal to the total of credit column. So, finally, you are calculating the total of all the transactions. So, 3,34,400 plus 2,000, 3,36,400 plus 12,000, 3,48,200. 3,48,400. 3,48,400. So, this is the total of all the transactions. After recording or writing down the total of all the transactions, you have to draw a line. That means, the journal entries relating to the business have been recorded, all the entries have been recorded. So, this is the way in which the transactions related to any business organization are being recorded in the journal book in a systematic way, so that we have a reference when the transaction has taken place, which are the accounts that have been debited and credited, what is the amount of transaction. All this information we can easily access if we have the record of all these transactions related to a particular business organization in a systematic way. Thank you all.